Hello children, hope you all are good and busy in completing your assignments and preparing for exam. Children, now you all have got timetable. Also, you must aware that this time no optional questions are there. All subjective type questions are there. So children, be prepared for that because question paper is lengthy. All the question, read them carefully and then answer them properly. Similarly, if there is any numerical in your question paper, so don't write the answer of that numerical. Just write the formula, then put the value in that, and all the steps you have to show. Then you write the answer. You have to show the calculation, otherwise you will not get full marks for that. So let's continue. And now children, we are going to revise the chapter 5, and I will tell you the question answers, subjective type question answers of this chapter, because objective type questions we have done in our previous videos. This is given on page number 100. First one is define heat. You will write the answer from page number 97. Here it is written, heat is a form of energy. After that you will write, which excites in us a sensation of warmth. It flows from higher temperature to a lower temperature. The SI unit of heat is joule. Okay. Now our second question is, why should we not rely on our sense of touch for estimating the hotness of an object? For this answer, we will come on page number 80 and we will write from here, our sense of touch is not reliable in telling us whether an object is really hot or cold. After then, on page number 81, you will write from here, we need some reliable measure for estimating the hotness or coldness of an object so that we can measure an accurate temperature. Now our third question is, what is Celsius scale? On page number 97, we will write fourth point. The most common temperature scale marked on thermometer for measuring temperatures is the Celsius scale. Next question is question 4. Who developed Fahrenheit scale? On page 82, it is written, the Fahrenheit scale was developed by Daniel Gabriel. This will be the answer. Now, question number 5 is, write the difference in between heat and temperature. On page 82, it is given difference between heat and temperature. 3 points are given there. You can write these 3 points. Now, question 6 is, what are the precautions that should be taken by a person using clinical thermometer? On page 84, here it is given precautions in using a clinical thermometer. 5 points are given here. You can write any 3. Now next question, question 7 is, write the difference between digital thermometer and clinical thermometer. In this answer, you will write this much only, that clinical thermometers use mercury, while digital thermometer do not use mercury. Okay. Second thing is, clinical thermometers are more accurate than digital thermometer. Next question, question number 8. Define conduction. Give one example where heat is transferred by the process of conduction. On page number 91, it is given, conduction is the transfer of heat from the hotter part of a material to its colder part without the movement of the material as a whole. For example, you can write from here, first line, if we heat one end of a metal spoon by keeping it over a gas burner, we find that its other end also becomes hot after a while. This is the example of conduction. Now our next question, question G is, answer the following questions in detail. First one is, explain how woolen clothes keeps us warm during cold winter days. Discuss why wearing more layers of clothing during winter keeps us warmer than wearing just one thick piece of clothing. On page number 89, it is given, you will write from here, wool is a poor conductor of heat due to which woolen clothes stop the flow of heat from our warm body to the cold surroundings. Then you will write from here, air is a very poor conductor of heat, so the air trapped in fibers of woolen clothes also stops the flow of heat from our warm body to the cold surroundings. Since our body does not lose its heat, we feel warm on wearing woolen clothes in winter. For the answer of second part of questions, you will write from here, the two thin woolen blankets joined together will have a layer of air trapped in between them, and this extra layer of trapped air will prevent our body heat from going away to the cold air more efficiently and hence keep us more warm. Our next question is, what is clinical thermometer? What is the range of a clinical thermometer? Explain why a clinical thermometer cannot be used to measure high temperatures. For this answer, from page number 83, you will write, the thermometer used for measuring the temperature of a human body is called the clinical thermometer, and the range of clinical thermometer is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. For second part of question, you will write, a clinical thermometer cannot be used to measure high temperatures because it has been designed to measure only human body temperature, which varies over a short range. If a clinical thermometer is used to measure high temperatures, it will get damaged. Now our next question, question 5 is, describe the blowing of sea breeze and land breeze in coastal areas with the help of labeled diagrams. For this answer, you will write from here on page number 93, it is given, during daytime when the sun shines, the solid land gets heated to a higher temperature much more quickly than the liquid seawater. Okay, after that, the hot air over the land rises upward and cooler air from over the sea moves towards the land in the form of a cool breeze. The breeze blowing from the sea towards the land is called sea breeze. This will be the diagram for this sea breeze. Okay, now next one you will write from here. During night, the hot air over the warm sea rises upward and cooler air from the land blows in towards the sea in the form of a breeze. The breeze blowing from the land towards the sea is called land breeze, and this will be the diagram for this land breeze. Next question is question A. Why do people prefer to wear white clothes in summer? Here we will write the answer. People prefer to wear white clothes in summer because white clothes absorb less heat and thus keep our body cool. Now question B is, why is it better to wear dark clothes in winter? Here you will write, it is better to wear dark clothes in winter as they absorb heat and thus keep our body warm. These will be the answers. Now next question is question 7. A part is, what is thermometer? Name the thermometer used by doctors and nurses to measure the temperature of human body. Now this you all can write, what is thermometer? Thermometer is a device to measure the temperature, and clinical thermometer is the thermometer used by doctors and nurses to measure the temperature of human body. Okay. Now question number B. Question B is, can we use a laboratory thermometer to measure human body temperature? Give reason for your answer. Here in this answer you will write, we cannot use a laboratory thermometer to measure human body temperature because as soon as we take out the thermometer from our mouth, the level of mercury will start falling and this will give a wrong value of the body temperature. Now next question, question 9. We are not doing question 8. Okay. Now question 9 is, what is meant by convection? Explain with the help of an example. Why is it that convection cannot take place in solids? From page number 92 you will write, convection is the transfer of heat from the hotter parts of a liquid to its colder part by the movement of the liquid itself. This will be the definition. Now for example, you will come on page number 93 and you will write, a room heater heats all the air in a room by setting up convection current in the air. This will be the example of convection. Now third part is, here on page number 92 you will write, the transfer of heat by convection can take place only in liquids and gases because the particles in liquids and gases can move about freely. Now our last question is, define radiation. Give any two examples where heat is transferred by radiation. What is the name of invisible heat rays which transfer heat by radiation? From page 94 you will write, radiation is the transfer of heat energy from a hot body to a cold body by means of heat rays without any material medium between them. Now you have to give two examples. For one example you can write from here. The best example of a radiation is the transfer of heat energy of the sun to the earth. Then second example you can give from here. If we keep our hand at a short distance below the glowing bulb, we can feel its heat on the hand. These are the two examples of radiation. After this, you will write these lines. The invisible heat rays which transfer heat by radiation are called infrared rays. Okay, this will be the complete answer. This is given on page number 94. So we have completed all the answers of chapter 5, heat. Many of you have not done your work properly. So I am telling you all the answers. So children, now only light energy, the chapter which is left to revise. So I am revising this chapter very quickly. Children, you will go through this chapter up to the speed of light on page number 70. After that, primary colors of light, this part you will leave. Okay, because we have not done this in our videos. So questions from this part will not come. Clear? Now if we see subjective type questions of this chapter given on page number 76. First one is, what is reflection? Here on page number 74 it is given, the process of sending back the light rays which fall on the surface of an object is called reflection of light. Now second question is, what are the uses of plane mirror? On page number 68 it is given uses of plane mirrors. Plane mirrors are used at home to view ourselves. Number 2, plane mirrors are used in making periscopes. So these are the 2 points. Okay. Now question 3 is, state the difference between real and virtual images. On page number 69 it is given difference between real and virtual images. You can write any 3 of them. Now next question is, state the characteristics of the image formed by a plane mirror. Here on page number 70 it is given characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror. First one is, the image formed in a plane mirror is virtual or unreal. It cannot be obtained on a screen. Second one, the image formed in a plane mirror is at the same distance behind the mirror as the object is in front of it. So 5 points are given there. At least 2 or 3 points you must learn. Okay, now from question 5th to 8th, these we have left. Okay, now question F, answer the following question in detail. Draw a diagram and explain the laws of reflection. This is very important, laws of reflection. On page number 67, here it is given laws of reflection. You have to write these 2 laws. First one is, the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. This is the first law of reflection. And second is, the incidence ray, the reflected ray and the normal to the mirror at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. So these 2 are the laws of reflection, and this is the diagram related to this law. Okay, So you have to write these 2 points. If this comes in exam, you have to write these 2 points and you have to draw this diagram. If it is given, draw a diagram. Okay. So children, this much we will do, and we have revised all the question answers. Please go through the chapters and read each and everything. Anything can come from anywhere. Okay, this regular reflection and irregular reflection is also very much important. I have explained it in my previous video related to this chapter. So watch all the videos related to the chapters which are coming in your examinations, and all the exercises, objective type questions from all the chapters. Just learn them very carefully, very properly, and prepare for your examination and score good. Thank you and best of luck for your exams.